Now, last week I played a clip from a funny Australian dude, Jack Tossell, who has an incredible following online with his videos viewed millions of times. And of course, the clip went viral with folks wanting more. Well, you asked and you shall receive. Jack Tossell joins me now. Welcome to the program, Jack. The video I played, you mocked the noble profession of journalism. Let's have a look.
I woke up, checked my privilege and then had breakfast where I found my journalism degree. Then I wrote articles why the suburb Manly's name is problematic and how cricket whites reinforce colonialism and white supremacy. For lunch, I had corn from a farmer's market and a hit of my vape. I then went to the park for a smoking ceremony. I spent the rest of my day on Twitter and Facebook abusing baby boomers with different opinions to me. Lastly, I called my capitalist pig dad to see if the beach house is free. I'm due for a sick day.
Now, you are not just a comic, you're a country boy who's turned into a finance dude, and you give it to everybody. The finance dudes cop it, the farmers cop it. Is there anyone who's you're too scared to mock?
Oh, no one's safe. I'll say the one people I probably wouldn't mess with again, the astrology girls, because they go hard.
I had no idea. I thought you were going to say the Taylor Swift fans because they can be vicious.
I haven't had a crack at them yet. I'll put them on the list, especially after the NFL Grand Final, Super Bowl, I should say.
Yeah, well, she's going to be in town, so this is perfect timing. Do a Swiftie video. Oh, my God. They are going to come for you. Now, you've also poked fun at the ABC's Triple J. Let's have a look at that.
Make sure to check your privilege before this banger from up-and-coming non-binary trio out of Canberra who are killing it. Up next on The Hack, the benefits of microdosing ketamine. Brian from Brunswick's just texted in. Loving the vibes. Keep them up. This year's countdown winner, the very first cis female person of colour rap artist who's also left-handed and lactose intolerant. I hope everyone's enjoying the countdown and their gender-neutral vegan barbecues.
Now, when you put up a video like that, I'm sure the overwhelming majority of your followers love it. You're getting millions of views, but do you also cop a little bit of hate from the people who are just humourless, who get offended easily? What sort of comments do you get?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are poking the bear, and you just got to accept it's part of the business. You know, no one ever got anywhere without standing on a few toes.
That is true, and your farmer videos are amongst your most popular. Here you give advice on what to name your son if you don't want him to grow up to embarrass you.
If you want your son to stand a fighting chance of becoming a piss-shifting legend and not a soy latte sipping socialist, it starts with a good strong name. Strong blokes' names include Bruce, Barry, Trevor, Daryl, Wayne, Warren or Damien. Examples of non-blokes' names include Julian or anything that sounds remotely French.
Julian. This is, I think, what could be wrong with society. There's too many Julians, not enough Bruces these days. Who names their kid Bruce?
Certainly not me. I'm more of a Trevor sort of man.
Hey?
More of a Trevor sort of man.
Have you got any kids yet?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Not on the radar either.
Well, you're going to have the pressure on you. Now, let's go to this video. You did this, I think, 6-part series on Melbourne, similar for Sydney, where you assess what your suburb says about you. Let's just have a quick look.
What your suburb says about you. You're either a woke warrior that's too poor to live in Fitzroy or a kebab shop owner. Affluent Karens, think Prue and Trude. You'd rather lose a limb than send your kids to a public school. Located on the Mekong, Maribyrnong, you make the best foe in Melbourne. If you're a Sheila, you're probably studying beauty therapy at Sunshine TAFE. What your suburb says about you. The 1%. Elitist briefcase wankers. Also littered with real estate agents trying to get locals to sell their house. Similar in safety to Johannesburg. You're either stealing someone's car or you're stuck in a suburb because someone stole your car. You're not from the North Shore and you never will be. Stop lying to yourself.
Do you have researchers? Because your knowledge on so many different issues, whether it's suburbs, pubs, arts degrees, seems to be extensive. Have you got people who are sort of feeding you material, or where are you getting? Because you have to be accurate. If you're not accurate and it doesn't have that ring of truth about it, it's not funny.
I do have a few ghostwriters from Sydney and I kind of add a bit of a creative licence on top of it. But in terms of the Melbourne one, I'm pretty lucky. I went to boarding school in the southeastern suburbs. I went to university in Parkville. I lived in Brunswick. Don't hold it against me.
Ah, that explains a little bit,
And
because sometimes you go a little bit woke on us. Sometimes you get a little bit woke, but then you come back to the side
And
of
now
light.
I'm based in the South the Yarra leafy suburbs.
Oh, really?
So I've been everywhere. That's where I get the information from.
Well, this is what we need. We need mockery and laughter and less offence taking. There's just so much preciousness. And I'm sure there would have been a bit of preciousness about this video where you poke fun at different types of degrees.
Dad, can I have some money for rent? So what if I'm 37 and don't have a job? No, I don't have time to talk. Do you know how much study I've got on? I honestly hate Stacey so much. Hold on, I got on a call. Oh, Stacey, it's so good to hear from you.
Yes, the accounting one was my favourite. Accurate. How do you juggle your comedy with your very serious role during the day? Because you are in the finance world, handling people's money. Do you have anybody nervous that your comedy is, preoccupying your time?
I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, especially when you're in a sort of advice or a role where you're dealing with clients and people, you want characters, you want people who are outgoing. So you can't seek those people and then crack it when they actually have a bit of a personality and creative.
What industries are the funniest?
Funniest in terms of to make a mockery out of, or?
Well, that, and also just have people who've got a sense of humour who can take it and they're not going to...
Certainly not accountants, and sorry for all the accountants I work with.
The accountants are a bit dry.
Yeah, they are, unfortunately.
And who are the wild ones? Who are the ones who you know are going to be a good time?
I think anyone who works in a sales role, don't know why, they've got personalities and they're outgoing.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you've got to be sort of a outgoing extrovert type, don't you?
Probably also a lot with drinking problems as well.
That could have something to do with it.